Hey y'all, it's Aidan with Aidan Cares. I trust you are all having a great time at the Singha Foundation Youth Leadership Summit. Say what? I'm so sorry that I couldn't be there this week. I really wanted to, but we just were unable to make it. But I hope I never miss another one because I'm sure y'all are having a great time and getting some great life lessons. So we wanted to connect and make this quick video. And when I say we, I'm referring to my mom and I, and because we're a team. It's good to have a team. And so we're making this quick video to talk about leadership and service and how important all of that is. But to start off, I'm going to tell you about how Aidan Cares got started. And before all of that, so that we can get some momentum / swag going, I got my harmonica. So we're gonna kick it off with some harp. So here we go. And this is the I'm sorry I couldn't be there blues. I'm kidding. All right, here we go. Alrighty, so here we go. So it all got started when I was 7 years old. I got really bored at a restaurant with my mom, and I was your typical 7-year-old. I just carried stuff in my pockets, and I just got so bored at this restaurant. And so one thing that I carried with me all the time is a really cheap harmonica. And so I told my mom, I'm going to go play harmonica out where the restrooms were at this really fancy restaurant, actually. And so I was surprised that she let me, but I went out to go play my harmonica. And I've always dressed really nice ever since I was little. I was wearing like suits and ties and stuff, and it's just that swag, I guess. And so anyway, so there I was, and I started playing harmonica, and I'd taken my hat off, and people thought that I was trying to get money. And so by the end of the night, I had $80 in my hat. And so if you can imagine, I was 7 years old with no concept of money. I was thrilled. I thought I'm going to buy a house, I'm going to buy a car, I'm going to buy all of this stuff, right? Because I had no concept of money. And this is important to note, y'all, but I realized that I had everything that I needed. I had a house, I had a car, I was wearing clothes, I had food. And something that I realized was so many people didn't have that. They couldn't say that they had what they needed. And so I realized with that $80, my small fortune in my head, I could make a difference with this money. And so I donated it to Africa to help fight intestinal parasites. And that one choice to give it all put me on my path and purpose for life. It got me going in the direction that, was who I am. It's who I am. Making a difference is what I love. And so someone heard about that $80 give and wanted me to speak at their conference. And immediately I remember doing that. And then many more donations came in. And then I remember thinking, I was 8 by then. And I remember thinking, this is what I was born to do. This is what I love. I love playing music and then giving back. That's what makes my heart sing. And so it's just been a blessing since then. Now we call it Aidan Cares. And it's more of an awareness initiative now to teach other people to figure out what they love doing and how they can make a difference from that place. And it's an amazing thing to be able to give out of what you love, because I find that if you give out of who you are and out of what you love, then it's not a struggle to make a difference. It's not difficult because it's your lifestyle. It's what you love doing. And I feel like so many people have no idea what their passion is, and then if they only could find their passion and make a difference from that place, then our world would be so much better. And so I wanted to speak to y'all about that and why it's important to serve and to have leadership in serving. And just a little side note, if I didn't take leadership over my own life and leadership to say that you have to make a difference and to set a standard and to show people how to give, then so many lives wouldn't have been touched. So many African orphans wouldn't have had that medicine if I hadn't taken ownership over my life and said, I can make a difference and I will make a difference. Because I feel like it's so easy to say that what I have to give isn't enough, but what you have to give is enough. This is just a story of a little boy who got $80 one night and chose to make a difference. And it's impacted my life. It's changed me forever. We've had the privilege of being a part of raising millions. We've met amazing people. We've served on hundreds and hundreds of projects, and it's really changed my life and others. And it all started because of that one small choice to give. And so I encourage you all today to learn how to make a difference. Big or small, it all matters. There's no small act of giving. And I understand that sometimes it's so easy to run away from need, but really we need to run to need. And so it's just so important to do that. And I know that you all are getting some amazing tools at this summit. And I hope that you're really able to use them to make a difference and to get on your path of purpose and giving. And I realized something, just recently, and that is there are least of these all around us. And a least of these isn't just, a homeless person living under a bridge or, someone, who's hungry. At least, those are least of these, but least of these can be anyone. They can be people that look like they have it all, that are driving posh cars, are pulling into a nice house. I feel like we all could be struggling and not even know about it because we can seem like we're so put together and have it all. So it's so important to be encouraging and to be kind in every encounter because we don't know what other people are going through. And so I really found that even just smiling or holding the door for someone or just telling someone to have a blessed day or a great day, it can really change their entire day and perspective because we don't know what they're going through. I remember one Christmas, my mom and I were shopping at a dollar store. I don't know if we have those in Kosovo, but it's a pretty legit place. Because imagine like anything for like $1. So it's really cool because that's virtually nothing. So we were there shopping, getting some last minute Christmas stuff. And I looked at this lady and I said, "Hi, how are you, ma'am?" And her name was Miss Robin. I just read her name tag. Aren't name tags convenient? I mean, it'd be cool if everyone wore name tags, but I'm getting sidetracked. But I just remember putting my phone down, stopping and focusing and saying, "Hi, how are you today, ma'am?" And then immediately this lady, she's almost started crying. Like she was like, "Oh my gosh, did you really just ask how I was?" Because it was so rare for her because people were just, running in, buying stuff and leaving, but they weren't acknowledging her. They weren't validating her at all. And so that's when my mom and I were like, oh snap, even something as small as just saying, "Hey, how are you today, ma'am?" It was huge. She said it made her day. And just like that, you can make a difference. And so that was just so cool. So we call it freeze and focus, my mom and I. And it's just stopping, making eye contact, because eye contact's very important. They say eyes are the window to your soul, which is very deep and cool. And so it's just stopping and making eye contact and validating someone and just saying that I see you and, I just want to validate you and bless you and I hope you have a great day. And that's being a difference maker. And that's one thing that I want to talk about is how important it is to be a difference maker. Because in every day we make a conscious choice, I'm going to make a difference, then our lives can change and other lives can change. And to me, the best way, and to go back to what I initially said, the best way to be a difference maker is to give out of who you are and be a leader of your own life and set the example to others. Because that's what taking leadership is setting a great example for others so that they can follow your steps and make a difference as well. And so, and it's really important to see what kind of example we're setting, what we're saying, what we're doing, how we're acting, that sets an example. And so I realized that it's super important that how we act kind of defines us and who we hang out with really defines us. So it's so important that all the time we make sure that we're leaving a great example, because if we're going to be leaders, if we're going to help change the world, then we got to make sure that we're being the best selves we can possibly be. And that's one thing that everyone struggles with. I struggle with that. Sometimes you just don't think and you do something and then it messes up the example you're setting. And so I encourage you all, before you do anything, to always check yourself, check your heart, and then see what your intentions are, what the conditions of your heart are before you do anything. Because if we're going to be awesome leaders, we have to set a great example. And so that's so important. And so the example I'm trying to set, and write it down. That's really great. I try to write down what I want to make sure my legacy is and what I want to make sure my example is. And what I want mine to be is helping people find their passion. So I got to be doing my passion, because you can't tell someone to do their passion if you're not doing yours. So you got to do your passion, and giving is so important. And so you got to make sure you're giving and making a difference. And then that's what they see, and I learned that lesson from my mom, because I realized when you're a parent, I'm not a parent, obviously. And so I realized from my mom, who's sitting right over there, hey, Mama.
Hey, y'all.
And
hey,
yeah,
children.
she says, hey. Yep. And so what I realized, though, with my mom is she wanted to make sure that I'm learning from her. I live with her. I'm with her every day. And so I realized I'm learning from her. And so she's always checking herself and making sure she's setting a great example. And I just think that's so great. And so even with your friends, just be that person who does the right thing. And so
I didn't have that.
that's really cool. And my mom, she didn't have that. And so it's just such a great thing that she was able to realize how important that is, because growing up, she didn't have someone setting a good example for her. And so you can redefine your life. You can change things today. You can change things right now. No matter what kind of background I realize that you have going on, you can make the choice to be a difference maker. You can make the choice to be a blessing everywhere you go. And it's a struggle, because even when you go through so much in your life, then it's sometimes hard to just be happy and to make a difference. But we can make that conscious choice, because what we choose defines our life. And so it's so important that we make the right choices and say, I'm going to be a difference maker now. That's something I told my mom when I was really, really little. I think I was, what was that, Mom, like 3 or 4? Yep. And so wait, yep to 3 or yep to 4?
You were a toddler.
I was a toddler, so, 3. And I told her, I walked in her office and I grabbed her by the face and I said, look, pay attention. And so she was typing and she's like, yeah, what's up? And I said, I want to be a difference maker. I don't want to wait until I'm older. And so I encourage you to be a difference maker and don't wait till you're older. And, it's just so important to do that and do it now. And making a difference is such a blessing. I've served over thousands of hours and amazing things, and I've seen how my life has changed for the better. And it's so cool, because once I gave, I realized who I was. Once I started making a difference, I found out who I was. And, I love music. I love music, everything about music. And once I made a difference, I was able to put both together and to form my lifestyle. And it was just so amazing. And so I encourage you all to figure out ways that you can make a difference, to figure out ways that you can help others, because it's just so important. And so trying to think what else I want to add. And so back to service. Service can be anything. Service can be, starting, really you want to figure out what you love. So if it's music, you can give from music. If it's animals, you can give from animals. Like, it's just finding out what you love doing and then supporting it, and then using any tool that you have to give to it. And so what I mean by that is I use music and my love for people to be able to do this and to talk to you all today. And so that's huge. And so it's figuring out what your tool is and then how to use it to make a difference. And I'm sure you're all a very talented bunch. I'm sure that this has been a great group this year. I just got a really good feeling about it. And so I encourage you all to figure out ways to make a difference. But Mom, can you think of anything we need to add?
The only thing I wanted to share, I wanted you to speak about the kids that don't have it easy and
Right.
are having a hard time, and how it's kind of a lie to believe that you wait to give when
Right.
things are better.
Okay, so
If you give your
one
way, it's
thing-
better.
Right, and so one thing my mom was saying is, even if you're having a hard time, even if life is difficult, I've had a hard life in a lot of ways. It may look like I have it all, but the main thing is that you don't wait to make a difference because of what your circumstances are. You give to change your circumstances. The only way to redefine yourself and to get out of any bad situation you're in is to be confident in who you are and to be who you are, no matter what, because that's all we got is what we are. And so it's just being the best you can be so that you can get out of any situation. Because I realized through my struggles personally, if I just said, you know what, I'm going to wait to make a difference because I'm having such a hard time, then I wouldn't have gotten out of that hard time. And so it's just, I encourage you all to not wait, no matter what's going on. Don't wait to leave a legacy. Don't wait to change your situation, because it's huge. It can impact your life forever. It can impact the lives around you. And why wait to do that? Why wait to do what you love? Yeah, and what a great example to lead for your friends or people you randomly meet. To be, for them to be able to say, "Wow, look at them. They're doing what they love and they're making a difference from it and they're changing their situation." So it's just so cool. So
We love y'all.
yeah, so I think that's a wrap. So quick thing, leadership is where it's at. So make sure you're being a great leader and you're setting example. Lead by example and make a great example for yourselves. And so even though I don't know y'all yet, I love y'all. And Mr. Harry, you're the bomb.com. And
I'm gonna follow you on Instagram.
yeah,
and
and
reach out if they want any
Mr.
advice.
Harry, yeah, my mom's trying to plug in the social media. So I would love to hear from y'all. I would love to be able to be in contact with y'all. So if you want to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, whatever it is, it's Aidan Cares. I'm sure there will be information there. And so, and I just want to thank my great friend. Oh yeah, Aidan is spelled Aidan, Cares, Cares. And I just want to thank my great friend and mentor, Harry Singha, for everything. He's an amazing man, y'all, and he really appreciates all of you and wants to make this the best week ever. And so, like he always says, service and leadership is a great lifestyle. And so, anyways, so he's a great guy, and we love you, Mr. Harry, my mom and I, all the way from Atlanta, Georgia, and can't wait to see you at the next one. And also, I just want to thank all the leaders there and all the alumni and stuff, because that's pretty exciting. That they take time to do this and to impart and to make it all work. And so, yeah, I'm so grateful to be a part of it. Now I'll catch y'all at the next one. And so let's end on some music. Here we go. All right, y'all rock. Thanks.